Pure Titan form. Eren Yeager's first Titan form appears the night his father, Grisha Yeager, injects him with Titan serum in a forest outside Shiganshina. This transformation turns Eren into a pure Titan, the mindless intermediary state required before inheriting a Titan shifter's power. Unlike later forms, this Titan is not a weapon, but a biological mechanism designed to enable the transfer of spinal fluid. Eren's pure Titan is unusually small, measuring roughly 4 meters tall, which directly reflects his young age at the time of transformation. Its proportions are childlike rather than imposing: a large head, short limbs, and a stocky torso. The face is distorted with a jagged, lipless mouth that permanently exposes its teeth. These features are consistent with pure Titans, which often exaggerate facial structures due to unstable regeneration and incomplete bodily formation. As with all pure Titans, Eren has no consciousness or memory during this state. His actions are entirely instinct-driven, following the Titan imperative to seek out and consume humans, specifically Titan shifters. In this case, the pure Titan immediately devours Grisha Yeager, unknowingly ingesting his spinal fluid and inheriting both the attack Titan and the founding Titan. This act ends the pure Titan phase and triggers Eren's rebirth as a human Titan shifter. Eren retains no memory of this transformation or of killing his father. This memory loss is standard for pure Titan transformations and explains why Eren later has no understanding of how he obtained his powers. The pure Titan form itself never reappears in the story, existing only as a brief but critical transitional state that enables the entire chain of events in Attack on Titan. Partial Titan transformations. Before mastering full Titan shifts, Eren demonstrates the ability to perform partial Titan transformations, a rare and poorly understood application of Titan power. These transformations occur when the conditions for shifting are only partially met, revealing that Titanization is not an all-or-nothing process, but a controllable biological response. A Titan transformation requires two conditions: self-inflicted injury and a clear, focused objective. When Eren injures himself without a specific goal, the transformation fails or manifests incompletely. This is first observed during his military trial, when cannons are fired at him, Mikasa, and Armin. In response to the immediate need to protect them, Eren bites his hand and generates only the upper torso and one arm of a Titan. That single-hardened limb is sufficient to block the cannonball, demonstrating that Titan flesh can manifest locally rather than forming a full body. Another critical example occurs during experiments conducted by Hanji Zoe. When Eren attempts to transform on command with no clear purpose, nothing happens. Later, while casually reaching for a dropped spoon, he triggers a transformation unintentionally. Only his right arm becomes a Titan limb, emerging with full musculature and bone structure before immediately dissipating. This proves that Titan powers respond more to subconscious intent than conscious effort. These partial transformations reveal three key mechanics. First, Titan energy can be precisely localized to specific body parts. Second, Eren can unconsciously regulate the scale of transformation based on intent. Third, repeated transformations within short time frames lead to incomplete or unstable manifestations, as the body lacks sufficient energy to fully regenerate a Titan form. This ability becomes foundational for Eren's later mastery of Titan combat. It establishes that Titan powers are adaptable tools rather than rigid forms, allowing Eren to evolve from a reckless shifter into a deliberate and efficient weapon. Attack Titan form. Eren Yeager's Attack Titan is his primary and longest used Titan form, standing approximately 15 meters tall with a lean, muscular build, optimized for mobility and striking power rather than defense. Unlike armored or colossal Titans, this form is designed for sustained frontline combat, relying on endurance, regeneration, and adaptability rather than raw durability. Eren first manifests the Attack Titan during the Battle of Tross, after being swallowed by a pure Titan. In this initial state, the Attack Titan operates almost entirely on instinct. Eren lacks conscious control, causing the Titan to fight recklessly, overexert itself, and repeatedly damage its own limbs while attacking. Despite this inefficiency, the form immediately demonstrates exceptional baseline traits, including above-average strength, rapid regeneration, and the ability to fight continuously against multiple pure Titans. As Eren gains experience, the Attack Titan becomes increasingly controlled and tactical. He learns to regulate transformations, manage stamina, and consciously direct the Titan's movements. This control allows Eren to remain transformed multiple times in short succession, a sign of unusually high endurance for a Titan shifter. Regeneration also becomes more efficient, enabling the Titan to recover from severe damage without destabilizing its structure. Combat methodology evolves significantly. Rather than relying on brute force, Eren adopts grappling techniques, tackles, joint locks, and positional control. This is especially evident in battles against skilled Titan shifters such as the female Titan and the armored Titan. Against Reiner, Eren compensates for inferior durability by exploiting leverage and momentum, proving that the Attack Titan excels when used intelligently rather than aggressively. A major enhancement occurs when Eren gains access to Titan hardening after ingesting the serum labeled armor. This allows him to crystallize parts of the Attack Titan's body into an extremely durable substance. Eren primarily hardens his fists and forearms, dramatically increasing striking power and enabling him to damage even the armored Titan's plating. He can also harden larger structures, using this ability both defensively and for large-scale construction, such as ceiling breaches in Wall Maria. In its fully developed state, the Attack Titan becomes a balanced combat form combining endurance, precision, adaptability, and selective defense. Rather than specializing in a single function, it continuously evolves through experience, making it one of the most versatile Titan forms in the series. Warhammer Titan form. Eren Yeager acquires the Warhammer Titan during the raid on Liberio by consuming its holder, Lara Tiber, granting him access to a completely different class of Titan abilities. Unlike other Titan inheritances, this power does not significantly alter the base appearance of Eren's Titan. Instead, it layers advanced capabilities onto his existing Attack Titan form. The defining trait of the Warhammer Titan is its ability to create and manipulate hardened Titan flesh externally. Rather than hardening only the body, Eren can generate massive spikes, blades, restraints, and structural constructs directly from the ground or surrounding environment. These constructs are formed instantly and possess extreme durability, allowing them to pierce, immobilize, or crush enemy Titans with precision. One of the most dangerous aspects of this power is its range and battlefield control. Eren no longer needs to engage opponents directly. He can impale enemies from below, restrain multiple Titan shifters simultaneously, and shape the terrain to limit movement. This allows him to fight outnumbered while maintaining positional dominance. The Warhammer Titan also grants advanced defensive options. Eren uses hardened constructs to shield himself, block attacks, and create barriers. He even demonstrates the ability to seal large underground passages with hardened Titan flesh, showing that the material does not dissolve after transformation ends and remains permanently solid. When combined with the Attack Titan's combat experience and hardening mastery, the Warhammer abilities elevate Eren into a multi-role Titan capable of offense, defense, and environmental manipulation at the same time. This fusion allows him to overwhelm elite Titan shifters such as the Armored and Jaw Titans simultaneously, marking a decisive escalation in his overall power. Founding Titan form. Eren Yeager's Founding Titan represents a complete departure from all prior Titan physiology and function. While Eren inherits the Founding Titan at the same time as the Attack Titan, its abilities remain inaccessible for most of the story due to one strict condition. The Founding Titan can only be fully activated through contact with royal blood. This limitation suppresses its power until Eren later uses Zeke Yeager as a conduit to access it. Once activated, the Founding Titan no longer functions as a conventional combat body. Instead of forming a humanoid structure, Eren's transformation produces a massive skeletal entity, composed primarily of an elongated rib cage and spine, with minimal flesh. The Titan scale is unprecedented, dwarfing even the colossal titans used in the rumbling. It moves by dragging itself forward as its ribs articulate like limbs, creating a crawling, centipede-like motion that emphasizes function over anatomy. This form exists because the founding Titan does not require traditional muscle mass to operate. Its power is not derived from physical combat, but from absolute control over the paths, the metaphysical network connecting all subjects of Ymir. Through this network, Eren can communicate telepathically with every Eldian simultaneously, overriding distance, time, and physical barriers. He uses this ability to announce the initiation of the rumbling to the entire Eldian population. The founding Titan grants Eren full authority over Titan biology. He can command pure Titans, awaken the Wall Titans, and alter the physical structure of Eldians at will. This includes the theoretical ability to sterilize the population, modify resistance to disease, or strip Titan powers entirely. Unlike previous founders, Eren consciously chooses not to remove his enemies' abilities, preserving their agency and allowing opposition to exist. One of the founding Titan's most dangerous capabilities is the summoning and control of past Titan shifters. Eren manifests numerous historical Titans simultaneously, deploying them as autonomous weapons under his direct control. These Titans retain their original forms and abilities, but act without individual will, effectively creating an endless army drawn from Titan history itself. During the Battle of Heaven and Earth, even after the apparent destruction of the founding Titan's primary body, Eren demonstrates that this form is not bound to a single physical structure. From the remains of the founding Titan, he generates a colossal Titan body, emerging as a final combat manifestation. Colossal Titan form. Eren Yeager's Colossal Titan appears at the end of the story as a constructed form created through the founding Titan, not as a separately inherited power. Unlike Armin or Bertolt, Eren does not possess the Colossal Titan as a standard Titan shifter ability. Instead, he generates this body after his founding Titan form is destroyed, proving the founder can create new Titan bodies at will. This Titan is roughly 60 meters tall, matching the size of other Colossal Titans, but it behaves differently. It does not immediately release massive steam or rapidly burn through muscle tissue, allowing it to function as a stable combat body rather than a short-lived explosive form. This indicates a higher level of control compared to traditional Colossal Titans. Eren's Colossal Titan engages in direct physical combat, relying on controlled movement and positioning instead of heat-based defense. Visually, it retains Eren's long hair and humanoid posture, distinguishing it from the Wall Titans. In battle against Armin's Colossal Titan, Eren quickly gains the upper hand despite equal size, showing that control and intent, not raw power, determine effectiveness at this scale. This form represents the final stage of Eren's Titan evolution, a temporary, purpose-built body created through the founding Titan, unconstrained by the traditional rules of Titan inheritance.